I'm sure that I speak for all laureates in expressing our gratitude to the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and the University for bestowing this honor upon us and welcoming us into your esteemed academic community with the conferral of honorary doctorates. Coming to Europe to visit friends and colleagues has never been a difficult decision. But this time is a little different, as we must all navigate the unusual circumstances of a cycling pandemic, and perhaps most alarmingly, the specter of a senseless and potentially expanding war in Ukraine that threatens this continent and even the entire globe. But despite our initial concern and hesitancy to leave our comfort zone in California, my wife Holly and I felt that making this trip to Belgium, the home of NATO, was especially meaningful and important at this moment as our own small way of showing solidarity with our many friends and colleagues in Western Europe. Sometimes we take our precious yet fragile liberal democracies for granted without truly understanding how quickly democracy may wither and die. Indeed, many of us in the United States now better appreciate the precarious nature of freedom and an open society after our own recent brush with a self-obsessed demagogue who ignored and even challenged the very checks and balances that have defined and protected our democracy for over 200 years. Fortunately, we have corrected our course from what might have been a tragic trajectory, at least for now, but the long-term question is, why do we enable and allow people like this to seek and grab the levers of power and take control of our lives? Is it greed, racism, fear, or ignorance on our part, or perhaps just apathy and laziness that too often prevents us from making our voices heard when it most matters? When will we finally be able to look ahead to see the consequences, the destruction, devastation, and wasted opportunities that are all but inevitable when we abdicate our civic responsibility to reject tribalism and the corrosive and tiresome idea that life is no more than a zero-sum game? But I'm not a historian, a politician, or a social critic. I am a scientist, and from that point of view, I see myself as part of a vibrant international community. My laboratory and department are home to trainees, faculty, and visitors from all over the world. Indeed, this international spirit represents the essential lifeblood of basic academic research, one that encourages and supports the open exchange of ideas, materials, and talent. I feel tremendously privileged to be a member of this global society where regular interactions with colleagues from all over the world demystifies cultural and historical differences and brings richness and excitement to one's life. Experiences like these make one a citizen of the world, a world defined by fact-based thinking, curiosity, cooperation, and a common goal to solve puzzles and problems together. At a time when we are witnessing an increase in nationalistic tendencies and superstitions, we cannot take this spirit of global cooperation for granted and must instead continue to devote the time, energy, and resources needed to safeguard and enhance opportunities for international communication and collaboration. And so, while I am personally thrilled and grateful to be recognized today for my contributions to biomedical research, this honorary degree signifies the accomplishments of so many students, fellows, and collaborators from around the world. Indeed, I would not be here with you today were it not for the support of Dr. Frank Bosmans, with whom I have enjoyed a wonderful scientific collaboration and friendship that has radiated out to our trainees and so many other colleagues at our institutions and beyond. Academics, and perhaps scientists in particular, can be obsessed with their work and their own intellectual pursuits, while largely ignoring the world around them. But as Albert Einstein and Linus Pauling, both of whom experienced war and turmoil of the 20th century, well understood, the academic community must leverage its global outlook and experience to voice opinions and counteract the disinformation, ignorance, prejudice, and opportunism that can tear at the fabric of democracies. I am proud to be among you today in redevoting and directing our efforts to this critical effort. Thank you.